to be like grandpa and sit down.
Yeah. Tell us a story.
So, I'm going to read like a poem and then an excerpt from Our Lady of the Flowers, and I'm going to read another poem. So that's what I'm going to do. So this one's called Angel Bucky. Bucky, 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 your eyes could start genocides. Your dick could end hunger, angel baby. Angel Bucky of interconnected circulatory systems of complicated architectures. Get your mom's minivan keys. We'll need the cargo space to fit Ralph. Who's Ralph? Meet Ralph. I saved his best parts for you. The nose-shaped heart, the heart-shaped mouth, the penis of his mother's moth-like prayers. If you stretch it out and push it through the lapel, ta-da! A boutonniere. I'll spare you the mess of how skin doesn't curl like ribbons, even with the straight razor you gave me for my birthday. Oh, Bucky, don't be mad. Don't think you have a corner on pouting. It's not your evaded questions that I'm giggling at, my uncool pistolero. Pow, pow, pop, pop. You're always pressing at my back. Blam. Bucky, have I ever pop, pop my back? Told you that you look delicious in others' fluids. Blam. Bucky, have I ever been thirsty a long time, cured and hooked? I've been dreaming of you on the gathering points of unstopped spigots. Look, we're liquefying. Big things are starting. Big heresies in your name. Garage door is opening. The world is parched. So, thanks. So this is from Our Lady of the Flowers by Jean Genet, a really cool, crazy, criminal, gay writer. So yeah. This is right when like the main character meets Darling Daintyfoot, who's like also like a pimp and criminal and like the the love object of a lot of the novel. So it's really cool. Anyhow, the eternal passed by in the form of a pimp. The prattle ceased. Bareheaded and very elegant, simple and smiling, simple and supple, Darling Daintyfoot arrived. There was in his supple bearing the weighty magnificence of the barbarian who tramples choice furs beneath his muddy boots. The torso on his hips was a king on a throne. Merely to have mentioned him is enough for my left hand in my torn pocket too. And the memory of Darling will not leave me until I have completed my gesture. One day the door of my cell opened and framed him. I thought I saw him in the twinkling of an eye, as solemn as a walking corpse set in the thickness, which you can only imagine, of the prison walls. He appeared standing before me with the same graciousness that might have been his lying naked in a field of pinks. I was his at once, as if, who said that? He had discharged through my mouth straight to my heart, entering me until there was no room left for myself, so that now I am one with gangsters, burglars, and pimps, and the police arrest me by mistake. For 3 months he regaled himself with my body, beating me for all he was worth. I dragged at his feet, more trampled on than a dust mop. Ever since he has gone off to free his robbers, free to his robberies, I keep remembering his gestures, so vivid they revealed him cut out of a faceted crystal. Gestures so vivid that you suspected they were all involuntary, for it seems utterly impossible that they are born of ponderous reflection and decision. Of the tangible him there remains, sad to say, only the plaster cast that Divine herself made of his cock, which was gigantic when erect. The most impressive thing about it is the vigor, hence the beauty of that part which goes from the anus to the tip of the penis. I shall say that he had laced fingers that, each time he awoke, his outstretched arms, open to receive the world, made him look like the Christ child in his manger, with the heel of one foot on the instep of the other, that his eager face offered itself as it bent backward facing heaven, that, when standing, he would tend to make the basket movement we see Nijinsky making in the old photos, where he's dressed in shredded roses. His wrist, fluid as a violinist's, hangs down, graceful and loose-jointed, and at times in broad daylight he strangles himself with his lithe arm, the arm of a tragedian. This is almost an exact portrait of Darling, for we shall see him again. He had a talent for the gesture that thrills me, and if I think about him, I can't stop praising him until my hand is smeared with my liberated pleasure. So this is a poem called Josephine. Wearing pea coat, who dreams of fennel, she's always finding the walker drum, she being the farm guts of the group. I have the corn, she says, I have reason to pout and goalie. Josephine lords corn over us. I'm always giving apples, but who cares about apples anymore? Josephine hitches her belt and, you know, she says in her off-the-cuff, passing the time, I'd rather be carving away, and then remembers Dr. X's child sex slaves. We need sharp things, she says. We need the shit that sticks, which is just dandy, but Mex won't butt out. Oh yeah? Davin James let me suck him off once for my holofoil Mewtwo. This wasn't about porn, so we killed Mex for the day, burying him in timeout. Oh, I just opened a new notes page. Sorry. So this wasn't about porn, so we killed Mex for the day. Burying him in timeout, we had visions of appendages concatenating. Look, it's Mark, Susie, Stefan. No matter in what configuration, they're hinged by staples, post-its, letter openers. Fuck this, Josephine ejaculates. Strike up the castanets, misfits. Where are the pop rocks in your fixture, co-equal to the jism in your shoe? This digging is fresh, and Dr. X's little dog won't for long voodoo kill us with desire. Even when not on a mission, she never looks my way. And I just want someone who will take the time to fall out of love with me.